Time to get up and time to start learning. Making no damn excuses. Lord have mercy. That's right, that's right. You gonna learn to damn day. Sit your ass down somewhere and listen.
Scotty C got this one.
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
Sit your ass down. It's time to learn. Lord have mercy.
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
Sit your hind parts down somewhere.
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
It's time to start learning and getting ourselves together, black people.
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
Now sit your ass down somewhere and put that weed down and start learning. Sit down somewhere.
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
Violence on our own people. Sit your ass down somewhere before I come find you. Lord have mercy.
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
Oh, you gonna learn the damn day. Sit your ass down. Lord have mercy. It's time to get y'all some knowledge, and you need some damn knowledge. And this ain't no damn party either. Sit your ass down. So I can get some information, pour something down your damn throat. Lord have mercy. You're gonna learn today. Sit your hind parts down somewhere. Sit down. Translation, sit your ass down somewhere. Just sit down and listen. This is Elsie Jenkins here. Let me tell you something. December 31st, if people would have kept their ass at home, kept their hind parts home, they may be here today to listen and learn. 40 people in Switzerland died in a club fire because you couldn't stay home. This world is not the same world where you can go out and enjoy yourself and have a good time and be around good people. People inside that small restaurant should have known better than to have fiery excitement inside to make everybody happy. I know they paid to get in there. Nothing's free on this planet. And they took a chance and they caused 40 people to lose their life. That's 40 funerals. That's 40 families that got to go back and look for all the important documentation and go through their records and try to figure out how to put them away. You gonna learn to damn day. In 2026, keep your ass at home. When these holidays come up, you want to run out on the 4th of July and see some fireworks, sit your ass at the house and cut a TV on and watch it from there. Somebody's got to tell you the reality of life. If you want to survive on this planet, you got to make better damn decisions. You're going to learn today. This is a very simple program. You heard the music in the beginning. If you was tapping and dancing, this ain't no damn party. This is important and real information that we take advantage of when we're young. We're out here running around, running the streets, being either a good person to another person that you may love on the planet, or being a bad person, a player to the person you love, or just being single. If you want to be a player, be single. But if you're in a relationship, make your mind up. You're either committed or you're not. If you're in a relationship, guess what? There's some responsibilities you got to have in this relationship. It's not just a game. I know two people that think it's just a damn game. One minute they calling each other boo, the next minute they at each other's throat, hollering and screaming at each other like they don't have no respect for one another. Doesn't make any sense. You're either in a real relationship where you respect each other or you're not. And if you're arguing with somebody that's supposed to be your significant future other, they're the wrong person for you. You have the wrong energies. Do your homework on the horoscopes. Certain signs can't be with certain signs. It's a damn fact. Now, if you find the right person to be with, and you decide you want to be with that person, and I'm gonna be honest with you, you got certain states where y'all just live together. Y'all ain't even smart enough to tie the knot and get the legal documents. But the states recognize it, and you still are the significant other legally. I gets it. But y'all some lazy asses when you sit there and live together for all these years and never tie the knot. That's just my personal damn opinion. But if you are in this situation, then you have to be organized. You have to keep records. It's not a game because there's some important benefits you have by having a significant other. And we're going to go over that part very quickly on this session of You're Gonna Learn Today. We talked about funerals. We talked about some areas of concern on our other episodes. We're not going to go into that. You go back and listen to that. And then catch up if you need to catch the hell up. Nobody going to go back and tell you everything. Do your damn homework if you care about your family. Today we're talking about the records part because I notice in this part it's very important to have all your records. And we're going to go over really quickly what those things are. And in the next episode we'll talk about the records more in depth because it's a little bit of information. But the simple part is, okay, if you're going to be in a relationship, whether it's man, woman, man, I'll put y'all out there because y'all doing it. Woman, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. If it is what it is what it is. But if you're in this situation, this is what you got to sit down with each other and you got to say, look, one of us has to become the head of household. It's not a man thing. It's not a woman thing. It's a responsibility thing. One of us has to become the head of household. It's very important because the head of household has to be responsible for some things. You both can be involved in this because one person may be better at record keeping than the other. But the bottom line is the head of household has to have the knowledge of these records, where these records are, and is responsible to make sure that these records are up to date and this information is secure. You don't want this information to get in the wrong hands because it's important information. All right, so once you designate the head of household, you know who that person is. You are the official record keeper. Now, sometimes you can be a record keeper for yourself and your significant other. And there are people that are record keepers for the family. You're a record keeper for the entire family. That's a lot of work trying to keep up with everybody's records. But there's families out here that do this. You keep track of all the birth certificates. You keep track of all the death certificates. You keep track of everything. That way there's always a backup copy. So you, as the head of household, have your copies, but someone in the family has the backup copies of these things. Why? Because things happen. Floods, fires, tornadoes, all kinds of things can happen. As simple as a young man moving somewhere and then gets incarcerated, and the landlord in the house just doesn't give a damn and throws out all of his things because he's not able to come back and get his stuff. You're throwing out his birth certificate. You're throwing out his social security card. You're throwing away his records because you don't care, instead of just boxing this stuff up. That's how you lose these things. So someone needs to have a copy of it. So if you're a young man or young woman on the planet and you do have a mother or father, they need to have your records. That's your backup. And if it's not them, sometimes it's grandma or grandpa. You can't put too much on them because they're getting older. But sometimes you've got responsible grandparents that can hold copies of these records for you. So if you lose them, no big deal. They've got copies of them. There's a lot of trust involved in this. You have to trust each other. Okay, you respect each other's records. You don't go taking little Jimmy's Social Security card and trying to get some credit with it. No, you don't do that. It's little Jimmy's Social Security card, and those benefits are for little Jimmy. See, black folks like to play games. I don't know about the white folks, but black folks like to play this I'm gonna get some free credit game off of my grandson. Stop doing that. It's illegal and it's wrong, and you had your opportunity. If your credit's all tore the hell up, that's your damn problem. Fix it. Don't take little Jimmy down the river with you. All right, so let's go into this. You've got your head of household. Okay. Now the head of household is in regards to keeping things organized. So you as head of household, you are responsible for the records. You get a hand safe, you get a regular safe, but you get something to secure the records in. These records have to be secured. Okay, once you've established that, then you want to understand what's the reason for the records. Number one, jobs. So if you have children, you hold on to their records, their social security cards, their birth certificates, etc. You hold on to those things. You put them in that safe storage area, secure. When they get of age, they may need those, like for their driver's license, for any kind of IDs they need through the state, for whatever they may need in regards to their job, first job. Everyone has an opportunity for a first job at Walmart or Chick-fil-A. They want records. You don't be a lazy person, a parent on the planet, and just nilly-willy lose all these records or never establish these records for your children. Then once they grow up, because they are going to grow up, God willing, they're going to grow up, they're going to need these records. So they need someone to be a record keeper in their life to make sure they're available when they need them. And that's why we're doing this show. Be responsible. Make that choice to be the record keeper and keep the records. All right, you need these also for taxes. So as you're having children, sometimes they need those Social Security cards, whatever they need to do taxes and insurance. Insurance needs to see records to get the policies. Sometimes you have a death in the family before you want to have a death, like a young 13-year-old girl in North Carolina shot by an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old and a 15-year-old. She ain't here no more. But they need her records to be able to take care of her small estate that she had on the planet, to take care of her. It doesn't make any sense, but this makes sense. You have to have these things because when you go to the funeral home, they're going to want records. All right, the type of records are very simple. Everyone knows this. I don't have to go over this 50 times. Your Social Security card, your birth certificate, your death certificate, any insurance certificates. Usually you want the originals, and originals in America have seals on them. Most birth certificates have a seal. Your copies that don't have seals are not valid. You can't use them in these situations. No one will take them. But you have copies of them for those establishments that just want to see it. Have both, but never give them the one with the seal unless they are going to return it to you. These documents, if you lose them, may be expensive to replace and take a while to replace them. So, there's a lot of verifying going on because of the hackers and the scammers out here that have no sense other than to steal from people. They have to verify everything when you try to replace a record. All right, so let's go on. So now you've got your head of household. As a head of household, you've got to think of this as I'm the main source of information for the records. Now, when it comes to anyone losing their life for whatever reason, who's going to handle all of the important tasks that are needed. This is the important part here of the show. There's two ways to handle this. You can be the executor or the probate. Now we have the differences here. I'm not going to read them all to you because if you're like 10th grade education Bob, who's been in school for about 24 years, you should know how to read by now. You may not be out of high school, but you should know how to read. Now, it's important because what we all have to do, whether you like it or not, is create a will. And when you create the will, depending on who you create it with, some wills are official documents. This document, you can walk into any bank or establishment and begin the process of taking care of a person's estate. So, being the executor is one way. But what I've learned over the course of my situation is that when it comes to stocks, when it comes to certain things that you can have that aren't insurance policies, there's a gray area there. Some of these stocks, because you can buy stocks, you can be given stocks from companies. Nonetheless, it's what it is. It's a stock. Sometimes there's no beneficiary. It's a situation that puts you in a situation you have to know exactly what you're going to do. So make sure that if you have to, then you go into probate. Probate gives you that one step to be able to handle everything. So beneficiary, executor is one thing, but then remember, probate is the next level, the last level, because sometimes you see that the stocks are what they are, but they won't release them just because of someone passing. You have to have a next level to get access to them. And I think they do this because they know that you know what, if you don't have access to get this, then we can keep it. It's a greed thing. It's a greed thing. It's a shame, but it is what it is. All right, so now you've got that information there. You understand the difference and why it may be necessary. But remember, someone has to designate these things. So as I sit here, I should have my will, I should have my records, and I also should have someone in either, if it was my significant other that I had in my life, which let's say right now I don't have anybody, I'm single, then it's going to have to be a sibling, it's going to have to be a family member, or it's going to have to be a friend that I make the executor. Now, in a situation where you don't designate this, then the legal process comes in, which is the probate, and that's when someone will be designated to handle your estate for you, and it could be just a legal designated person of the state, and then who knows what happens to your resources once the state controls it, because they're gonna make their decisions based on their legal options, not what's best for you. So don't burn too many bridges with your family members, because you might need them in the future. You know, we're sitting around here being mad at each other, but in a sense, we need each other, because if we don't be there for each other when these times come, and they're going to come, then the state will step in and say, well, we'll handle it for you. And who knows what happens at that point. You don't want to go there. All right, so last but not least, and then we'll do another segment to go into this last area, is keep records of all of your, we'll call them assets. Keep records of them, because if no one knows how to gain access It's like a treasure map. If no one knows how to gain access to these assets, they're just out there. It made no sense to keep records now that we have all the documents we need to be verified in the process of handling your estate. So these things are very simple. You need records of your bank accounts, your insurance policies. There are many types of insurance policies. Remember, you have banks that give you a courtesy insurance policy for being a member. Usually it's just $1,000, but it's something they give you for free. Remember, this is something you have to understand and know so that if you have to go and handle a person's estate, if they have a bank account, ask if this is something you provided because they won't tell you. They will not tell you. Um, you've got your term insurance policies, you've got your whole life, you have your certificates, you have your 401 style accounts, and you have your stocks. And the most tricky of all those are the stocks because stocks are what they are. They just don't relinquish those without the proper requirements. Just being executor does not give you access to stocks. And that's something you have to realize if you were dealing with a family member that was working with Bitcoin and they were a very adamant stock trader, you know that for a fact, then get ready because you have to climb up some hills to gain access to the stock information. They don't just hand it over to you because you're executor. All right, so you're going to learn today. Did you learn something today? I think you did because this is important information and this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's some other areas we're going to go in more depth, but you have a foundation. You don't have all the tools because there's more to dealing with this entire situation than just the the physical. There's a mental area that you have to hurdle over too when you're dealing with a person's estate. Depending on how close they are to you, that mental hurdle could keep you from doing all of this or reaching out to accomplish all of this. So we'll go over handling the mental side of this process in the future. All right, I'm Elsie Jenkins here. Lord have mercy. 2026 is here. We're learning today. And I'm gonna tell you now, as we move forward, uh, the truth of the matter is we're not promised tomorrow. So we have to start taking life serious today, and we have to prepare. We don't want to prepare when we're young because we don't think that anything can happen to us when we're young. But we have to realize that we are not promised tomorrow. We all have expiration dates. Excuse me. We have expiration dates. And you must make sure that you do the best you can to prepare others to handle your estate. All right, this is Elsie Jenkins here. We're not going to play the music. This is not a damn party. We're not going to go out like that. But you have blessings. You look over your shoulder. Make sure when you're in the Sam's Club parking lot, check that cart attendant out. A lot of times it's a homeless person acting like a cart attendant, and when they come get your cart, guess what they're going to ask you for? Money. Take care, and blessings to you and your family. Lord